Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Amaka Charles here, and it's your first time stopping by. You're so welcome to my channel, and if you're a new subscriber, you choose the right channel to subscribe to. Today's video is going to be about my brows. You see how beautiful my brows look, how natural, how matte, how completely flawless it looks. This video is going to tell you every single thing you need to know to achieve such beautiful brows. Before we move forward, I'd like to ask you guys to subscribe. If you're a new person on my channel and you're just seeing this video for the first time, hello. The subscribe button is right there. Subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications so you can see when I drop premium content. You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. Oprah Winfrey. Okay, I already did my base, so I already put foundation, setting powder and everything. I'm about to jump into my brows and I'm going to show you guys my updated eyebrow routine. I'm going to go ahead and just jump into my brows. I was supposed to be using this Anastasia, if I can find the focus. Here we go. I was supposed to be using this Anastasia brow pomade in ebony, but like I said, I can't find but like I said, I can't find the brush, so I'm not going to be using this today. I'm just going to use my regular brow pencil, and this brow pencil has been through a lot. Okay, this brow pencil has been through a lot. This Rimmel London pencil is incredible, amazing. I've been using it for so many years, I can't even count. So many years. So I'm just going to go ahead and sharpen that, because you want it to be, just because I'm not using this where I use a brush and the brush is really thin, so you can get very nice hair-like strokes. I'm going to sharpen this pencil so much that it's so thin, like it's as thin as a brush, right? Because we're trying to create hair strokes, right? I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I never used to pay this much attention to my brows because I always thought I had full brows. So it's like, you don't need to do so much, just, you know, a little bit here and there and you're good to go. This is how sharp it has to be if you want to successfully get those hair-like strokes. I take my Laura Mercier. This is Laura Mercier. It's the new one. It's the one that's like I was hanging out with my friend and I seen her face. I was like, hello, what's going on? She told me it was like, it's the Laura Mercier, and I was like, so I walked in Sephora and it was exactly the day they had brought out the honey. So I took the honey and let me tell you, not going back. This is a damp beauty sponge. Okay, damp. Okay, not wet, damp beauty sponge. We're going to just touch it in the Laura Mercier like so and put it on our brows. The reason why I do this is because I know you think I'm crazy but if I come on here and record it, I'm not crazy. Just put it on your brows. This is just to take out any excess oil that is on your brows, because my brow tends to be very oily. I have to do this step because that's the only way it doesn't bring out oil throughout the day. And I'm just going to take a small brush and brush it out. Literally all I did was set my brows. That's all. I don't know if everybody sets their brows, because I didn't used to set my brows before until I decided, wait a minute, maybe we should set our brows. After setting your brows, you go in with a nice spoolie. Use whatever spoolie you have and just brush it up. You can already see that the brow already looks so good. Another thing is, I have full brows. I'm an Igbo girl. So I do my brows myself. They are not perfect. I just do it the way it works for me and we locomote. I'm just taking this and I'm just going to create hair-like strokes on my brows, going in the direction of my brow hair. As you can see, my brow hair is kind of like growing this way, so I'm not going to be drawing these strokes upwards like this or coming downwards. Like, I'm going to just literally follow the direction of my hair. Okay, so just go slightly, like, okay, actually I'm going to start from the parts of my brows that are not as full as the rest of my brows. Like, the front end of my brows are not as full as this, like the middle part, and then the outer end is not as full as the middle part, so I'm going to concentrate more on those areas that are not as full as the middle of my brows. Because in reality, your brow is supposed to extend all the way, like all the way down here, right? Your brow is supposed to extend all the way down here. So I'm just trying to extend my brows as natural as possible all the way to the end. So literally just continue with your hair-like strokes, but still kind of building the size, because it's a little thin. If you notice, like you see this one that I haven't filled in and this one that I filled in, it's a little thin. Like this one's a little thin, and I like my brows to be bold, like make a statement, but not like dark bold brows, but I just want it to make a statement. So when you take pictures from afar, you can still see your brows. Sometimes when you take pictures and your brows just disappeared on your face, like you don't want your brows to disappear on your face, right? So make sure it is bold, like not huge stamp on your face, but just make sure it is nice and bold, so it is visible from like whatever distance anybody is standing. It's not like you can see it from 500 miles away, but you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. You know, let's move on. You guys, I'm still figuring out how to place my mirror, because I see myself doing this and you can't really see what I'm doing. It's just because I'm trying to get a glimpse. I'm still struggling with the height of my mirror, or where to place my mirror, or what type of mirror I should have, so that you guys can actually see exactly what I'm doing. So bear with me. In time, that will all be sorted out. You guys, right now I'm just building the size of my brows while still doing the brush-like strokes in the direction of my hair. Just don't rush yourself, you know, because you're trying to look like a baby girl, so make sure you get it right. Build those brows to your desired size and make sure it looks as natural as possible. Take your spoolie again and just brush it so everything is nice and uniform. I should also warn you, like, don't try to kill yourself to try and make sure like both your brows look amazing. Just try as much as possible to get it to look identical as far as you can go, but trust me, it's not your fault. Like, it will look identical when it looks identical. Like, some days they look so good and some days, like, something else I noticed is that my brows are short. Like, I feel like my brows should come at least here. That's what I feel like. I feel like my brows should come at least here, but my brows are all the way over here, so it makes my face too wide. So I try to extend it forward as much as I can, as naturally looking as much as I can. As natural, English is not my first language. If you're anything like me and your brows are like all the way over here, just try as much as possible to bring it a little bit forward, because it's supposed to be like right here. Like, your brows is supposed to start right here, okay? So that's what I'm trying to achieve. So just make sure your pencil, like if you're using a pencil, make sure your pencil is as sharp as possible. Like, it has to be pointy so you can get that nice hair-like stroke. Before you go back into your second brow, make sure you sharpen your pencil again, because it has to, like I said, I keep emphasizing on this pencil thing, it has to be really sharp, because that's the way you achieve that natural looking brow that everybody's like, oh, are those your real brows? And you're like, no, I made it myself. Break in transmission. My dressing gown, as you can see, this gorgeous dressing gown, I don't know if you guys can see, but this gorgeous dressing gown is from Misguided, of course. It's so good. Like, it feels like real silk. We know it's not real silk because it was cheap. It was like $20, but it feels like real silk. If you want to get it, I don't know if it's sold out on the website, but I'll let you guys know if it's sold out or not. It's really beautiful. And of course, my hair is from the Belle store. Are you really gonna ask that? They're Argentine straight in 26 inches. going to be using 2 concealers today. That's what I started using. Before, I used to just take one concealer and go over my brows, but now I decided I don't like seeing too much like concealer at the front end of my brows, so I would go in with a little bit darker concealer than the one I use for my arc. So I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Overachiever concealer in the shade Caramel Corn, just so you can see that guy. And then I'm going to be using this Morphe concealer in C435. I don't know why Morphe would name, like, it just sounds like some kind of explosive in my ear. But anyway, it's called C435 and that's what it looks like. So I'm going to be using the Morphe at the front end of my brows, and I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty for my arc. And then the brush I'm using is this, I can't pronounce it. I got this brush with my Instagram bag 1 month like that, and I have just always loved it. It has enough coverage, like it covers a lot because of how wide, you can see how wide the tips are, so it kind of like gives you a bit more coverage, and it just helps you spread more products at one point in time, right? So let's go in with the Morphe for the front end of my brow, and then we're going to go in with the Huda Beauty. In my opinion, cleaning your brows is an extreme sport. Okay, so when you're cleaning your brows, make sure to go in a little bit light-handed. You don't want to put too much pressure on your brush because that can really make your brows look crooked, and we don't want crooked Nancy over here. So go in light-handed, precise strokes. Take your time. We're trying to achieve perfection. Make sure to extend your concealer a little bit downwards so it can help you with your blending. Going in with this Real Technique brush, I think it's called the Crease brush. It's wiped off, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Deluxe Crease brush. It's a bit dense, so I like to use it to blend because of how dense it is. I like to use it to blend my eyebrow concealer because of how dense and how small it is. And I'm just going to blend the front part of my concealer. I'm going in to do the other brow. When I'm cleaning my brows, I tend to reshape it the way I want to shape. I might not get the perfect shape the very first time I do it, like the very first time I fill it in. I might not get perfect shape, so I kind of use the concealer to reshape it. So don't be scared if your concealer chops into your brow pencil or some of the areas you have filled, as long as you are trying to work towards the shape that you want.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Now I'm taking the Huda Beauty. So I'm going to clean the edge of my brows. Can I just take a minute to rave about Huda Beauty? All her products are super amazing, just simply beautiful. The concealers have beautiful coverage, foundations make you look flawless. And I have her foundation on as well. I know I didn't mention that, but yeah, I have her foundation on as well. So now I'm just packing on that concealer to the outer corner of my brows because I'm trying to cover up all the bumps and some tiny little hairs that might have escaped my tweezers. Okay, so I'm doing that while extending it downwards, just like I did at the front end of my brows. And I'm taking my super duper blending brush and I'm just blending that concealer, fusing it in with the front end, and you know, making everything look nice and seamless. I say seamless a lot, don't I? Well, what can I say? That perfectly describes what I'm trying to say. I think this is blended. The outside of my brow is blended now. See how blended that is? You don't see any sharp concealer lines in front because unnecessary. I feel like some of you will probably ask me, like, how do I know where to start with the lighter concealer? To be honest, I just feel like as long as you've gotten like the front end of your brows looking nice and clean and not white, you can start your lighter concealer from anywhere. And now we're going to blend. Now the blending, like if you're going to be doing your eyebrow after foundation and setting your face and everything, you have to be very careful with your blending. and just take your time. Like, you can't be in a hurry because you've already set your base and now you're doing concealer like eyebrows, so you have to be very, very careful with your blending so it looks nice and seamless. Take your time, don't be in a hurry. If your boyfriend is trying to hurry you, or your husband is trying to hurry you, your friends are trying to hurry you, you tell them to get out. Before I move on to the rest of my face, like my eyeshadow and the rest of the whole gbogbo, I'm going to set my brows again. Listen, setting your brows is very, very important because it really just keeps your brows. I promise you, you're not going to see any oil seep through your brow. Your brow will not shine on camera or like pictures or anything. Your brows will be set. Don't be afraid to do this step that I'm about to do right now. This stays on my face until I've done like my eyeshadow, my eyelashes. It's literally the last thing I take off my face before I put my setting spray on. So I'm just going to go ahead and do like the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and show you guys exactly what it looks like. I have somewhat completed my face. I haven't done any highlighting, but it's looking like I'm not going to highlight because it looks good. I think it looks good just like this, so I'm not sure if I'm going to highlight or not. I'm just going to dust off this powder that I have here. I'll show you the magic that this does. So just slightly dust off the excess. You see how natural that looks, and let me tell you, it's going to stay this matte for the entire day until I decide to take it off. It's going to stay this matte, exactly this matte. It's so beautiful. Ever since I started doing this, there's no way I will ever do my brows without baking them. This is what happens when you don't clean the top of your brows and when you bake your brows. It's so beautiful. I will always do my brows like this. So this is the final look. This is what my eyebrows look like when I am done. Like, I have set my face and everything, and it looks absolutely flawless. Let me tell you, my eyebrow is not going to move the entire day. It doesn't matter what weather, whether cold or hot or humid, it's not going to move because I have really set it in place. Let me know in the comment section if you're going to be trying this technique that I just showed you, if you're going to start baking your brows just like I bake my brows. And if you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. What's wrong with you? Why are you so angry? So subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on your post notifications so you know when I drop videos, okay? Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace and